Hello and welcome to SoBricks. I'm Adam and this is SoBricks. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the Lego Dimensions Mission Impossible Level Pack. This is set number 71248. It has 76 pieces and I paid $15 for this. So this is not a typical Lego set. This is, I think, technically retired. This maybe came out in 2016, so about 8 years ago. The Lego Dimensions is not a theme necessarily unto itself. It actually combined a bunch of different properties because it was a game similar, like it could be played on the PlayStation, Xbox, Wii, whatever, stuff like that. And they had these like level packs here, and it was similar to like the Disney Infinity or the Amiibo or like Skylanders, where there were like figures that were collectible and physical that could be placed on a pad or something that you could connect to your game system and then get access to those characters in the digital game there. And so there was a ton of properties, and one of them is Mission Impossible. So this is interesting. Like I said, it's I think 2016 there was like a couple waves of the Dimension stuff. I believe this retailed for $30 back then. I don't know if that's 100% accurate. That's what I'm seeing online, and I don't know if part of that is just because maybe all of these retailed for that. You know, they his level packs and story packs and stuff like that. I'm guessing that's about what they went for retail, but I'm not 100% sure, so I could be wrong about that. But either way, I paid $15 for this. I believe this is sealed. I thought this was really interesting because via Lego Dimensions, we got a ton of minifigures. Well, minifigures mostly that like I don't think would have gotten any other way. So they like collaborated with like properties. I can just run down the list quick, but it's like DC Comics, Lord of the Rings, Lego Movie, Wizard of Oz, Simpsons, Ninjago, Doctor Who, Back to the Future, Portal, Ghostbusters, Midway Games, Scooby-Doo, Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, Lego Legends of Chima, more Ghostbusters, Adventure Time, Mission Impossible, Harry Potter, the A-Team, Fantastic Beasts, Sonic the Hedgehog, Gremlins, E.T. the Extraterrestrial, the Lego Batman movie, Knight Rider, the Goonies, Lego City, Teen Titans Go, the Powerpuff Girls, Beetlejuice, and there was stuff like in the game, stuff from like the Flintstones and the Jetsons and stuff from 2001 A Space Odyssey, and like just tons of stuff, including like things that I don't think, you know, we really like. I would be very, very surprised to see Lego Gremlins or you know, some of these other things like actually in its own set or its own theme. And I want to say this might be the only time we've had like an official Tom Cruise minifigure, you know, here as Ethan Hunt. I could be wrong about that, but I'm not, nothing comes to mind as like who they like or what other kind of figure they would have been. So I decided to pick this up. I have a couple of these different Dimensions level packs. I just thought they would be interesting, kind of like the Nexo like ultimate minifigures, or kind of like the Lego Star Wars Planet series. They're kind of a smaller build thing, sort of a gimmick, kind of a different era of Lego. And so this, for all those reasons, was really, really interesting to me. So I'm excited to take a look at this. I believe actually this one is kind of a 3-in-1. I don't know if they have instructions for all of them. I also don't know if all of the Lego Dimensions are like 3-in-1 type things, because this one has the minifigure. It's kind of got two vehicles that those vehicle like little builds could be placed on the game pad, and you could get vehicles within the video game. And I don't know if like you could also just build these alternate ones and then those could be in there, but we do have some different stuff here. I don't know if I'm going to build all of these, just it depends on time, but we'll sort of see here, because we have Ethan Hunt, we have the IMF Scrambler, which looks kind of like a motorcycle or something, and we also have an IMF sports car, but then the Scrambler can be built into the shock cycle or the IMF covert jet, and the sports car can be put into the IMF tank or the IMF Explorer, which looks like to be a submarine of some kind. So that's all pretty interesting, and I'm kind of excited to take a look at all this stuff. So or maybe you can't build these, because I'm seeing like stuff on here that doesn't look like real pieces. So maybe those are just in the game. I don't know. I'm excited to figure it out. So that's what I'm going to do. So in this video, I'm going to open this up. I'm going to put this together, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. So while I build, I will speed the video up, and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy. Okay, so while we look at the build for this LEGO Dimensions Mission Impossible level pack, I just wanted to say thanks for watching, and then remind you, if you like the video, click the thumbs up. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button. I had to look for the instructions online, and so the first one we are putting together here is the IMF Scrambler, which is kind of a motorcycle there, and then we put together the IMF sports car, and that's everything. I'm not going to look at the alternate builds, but I'll talk about them. And so now on to my review for this set. Okay, so that is this LEGO Dimensions Mission Impossible level pack. This is yeah, this is interesting. This is great. It's about what I expected, and I'm pretty happy with this. I don't think I'm going to go through all of the alternate builds, but we'll just get into this. And actually, before we get really into it, I did want to point out, because I thought the instructions would be in here, we do have them for the figure there, but for the vehicles here, the other parts of this, it just says that those are part of the game, and so that means that when you play the game, maybe it tells you how to put those together, but it does show some really cool stuff in the back of the different kind of sets here. Like here's a Ghostbusters one, which is from the more modern Ghostbusters, not the most modern one, not like Afterlife or Frozen or whatever, but the 2016 one. Adventure Time, so if you wanted to get like the figures here for the different Adventure Time characters, I think there was an Adventure Time set as well. Maybe an ideas set or something like that. Gremlins down here, so if you wanted the Gremlins minifigures, which I think is crazy. Sonic, before Sonic was a thing, another Adventure Time thing. Mission Impossible, which we have here. I think it's really cool to see E.T. here. Not sure this one. This one I think is A-Team. We got like the Slimer from the original Ghostbusters. We also have the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters, and lots of other really awesome stuff in these Dimensions things, including I just don't know if they ever did another Stay Puft Marshmallow Man or any Slimer figures other than this. So that's really, really cool. And then, I had to kind of search around for the instructions for these things. But before we get into the things we build, we can look at the minifigure, because you do get one. And this is a big part of this set to me, at least. So here we have this. It's got the little standing thing. So these are an interesting piece. It's not a anti-stud on the bottom. It's just kind of a disc down here. And on the top, this is all printed. So we kind of have these little sections printed there. It says MI here, Mission Impossible. It does have a couple studs in it there, and you can kind of see there's like some PCB or some very, very thin electronic components in there, with some kind of flat wires going throughout there. And that's maybe how it interacts with the gamepad. So all of these kind of have that there, but this one is maybe specific to like Mission Impossible. Looking at the figure itself, so Ethan Hunt, Tom Cruise. We have the binoculars here, which is okay. Hairpiece feels about right for this character. If we look at the face, I think this is really great. So this is a Tom Cruise, Ethan Hunt from Mission Impossible 1. So before the second one where he has like long hair, and then the third one, the fourth, all the different ones, which I really like these movies. I actually think the fourth one is maybe my favorite. I think 3 is pretty good. 1 is okay. 2 is not great. And I think 5 and 6 and 7 are okay, and they're in the process of releasing more of them, and I'm looking forward to it. But we have the kind of Ethan Hunt face here with the glasses printed on there. We got the face, kind of have a chiseled jawline a little bit. Eyes are really good. And then we have this kind of radio microphone earpiece type thing there as well. So maybe when they're descending into a vault to get the computer thing in the first movie, they are talking into that radio. And then we have another face here. So we actually do get an alternate face. This one doesn't have the glasses, doesn't have the earpiece or anything there. So good to get that. I think this is a great headpiece. It's probably exclusive to this. Looking at the torso, I think this is really cool. They're kind of wearing like their black sort of jumpsuit type thing here. Short sleeves on it, dual molded arms, have the kind of gloved hands there, and they kind of have like a harness type thing going on again for maybe when they're descending, like is depicted on here. So some good printing on there, some kind of metallic stuff, and just different lines going all over. Back of the torso is very good as well. No printing on the midsection, no printing on the legs. So, the torso here and the face are going to be exclusive to this set. I don't think they've ever been used in any other set. And like I said, I don't think there have been other Tom Cruise minifigures, because I just don't think they have ever, Lego Group has ever done any other like properties that Tom Cruise has been a part of. And so, really interesting to get this here. It's one, I love the Mission Impossible movies. So, this is really, really cool to get. Very happy with that. And I think they did a good job, representing Tom Cruise as this character here. I think, it's a Lego-ified version. There's like, I guess it's somewhat generic, but I think it reads well, and good to get that. Good to get the little stand thing there. So this could be a playable character. And then the rest of the set is these 2 vehicle builds. So again, these start with kind of these interesting pieces. These ones do not have the printing on it, and they have 4 studs on them instead of just the 2 studs. So this one's got 2 studs on it for the figure. These have 4 here. They are the same size, and then it has, the PCB or whatever in there, because it's got some little electronics. So that is very cool. And let me see here. Yeah, printed circuit board. That seems right. So some circuitry going on in there. And the first one we build is what they call the IMF Scrambler. Now, it's kind of just supposed to be a motorcycle of some sort. So this is in that like translucent orange. We have another one of those down here, and it's kind of got its own little stand for this. So super small motorcycle here. Kind of an interesting build. We start with these round plates here, a couple studs, then we use this Technic piece. We put the axle through there. We can add a wheel on there. Then like coming up the front, we have the clips on the side, which hold these like T-bar pieces with the cones, which are maybe exhaust or something like that. And we have maybe like the fuel tank there, but also the seat, the handlebar here. And then we have a bracket coming off of the front where we attach another one of these kind of axle pieces. We can spin the wheel up there. Got some lights up front. This is actually pretty good. It's super compact. It actually, the way it is right now with both of these underneath here, it doesn't roll super well, or it doesn't roll at all, just because if these were on the ground, it would not lay flat. So if I just grab this, we see that the wheels can't be both on the ground if we have those small round plates in there, so you want to take those off. Build for this is fine. I think we can attach the figure to this if we want to. It's not the best looking, they are but it's not terrible either. I actually don't mind this. It's super compact, really small, almost looks like it wouldn't be minifigure scale, but I don't think this is that bad. You have to be a little bit whatever. I have the kind of binoculars still in their hands there, so I only clipped on one side, but that's not too bad to me, and overall it is pretty cool. I think it looks cool on the stand. It uses that hinge piece there and then just the vented piece, so we can kind of have it flat or kind of at an angle like this. I think that's pretty good. And then just like looking at the back, the shock cycle is another motorcycle. It's a different construction there, and then the IMF covert jet is kind of like this really small jet slash jetpack type of thing there. And I'm actually decided I'm not going to build those in this video. Probably won't build them in a separate video. There are instructions for these on like Rebrickable or Brickset, I believe, and that's where I found them, so I was able to build these. And there are instructions for these. They're either in the game or you can maybe find them online. So that's what the scrambler looks like, and we kind of have some different things here, looking like maybe there's some projectiles coming out of different things or something going on there, so that's okay. And then the rest of the set is this IMF sports car. So we can take a look at this. Again, this starts on one of these bases with the orange translucent brick there. This base is the same, has the 4 studs, has the kind of circuitry, the PCB in there, and that is all fine. I don't think there's anything different to these. These just maybe register as a vehicle and that's it. And then we have this IMF sports car. Again, super compact build, actually pretty cool. You start with a 2x4, then we put these blue like corner plates. It's like a 1x2 plus a 1x2. There's 3 studs. It's just that like little corner plate there, and that's how you get like the stripe here. And then we attach these axle plates to the parts of those corner plates that are hanging over. We put a bracket on both sides, and then at the rear we actually just put this slope on. There's not another piece in between there. We have another bracket in here so we can put the 1x2 kind of slope piece there. We use this piece here, which has like the interesting mold marks. It's a little bit hard to see. They use this on different vehicles a lot because this is like 4 wide essentially. It works really well to kind of make those fenders, those like wheel rim type pieces there, which I think is a good use of that piece. We use kind of that tulip petal piece, is what I always call it, even though I'm sure it has a name that is like white slope curved 3x2 by 2/3 with 2 studs and a wing end. So that we get that there. I just call it the tulip petal piece, but we have that. We have like the windows here with some studs on the side, some bracket usage, nice slope down here. The front just has like the similar bumper there, the slope here, and then this is really unique to me because these pieces for the mudguard, they're called the white vehicle mudguard 1x4 and 1/2. And so it's like it's a 1x4, but it has this curve, and you get 2 of those. And the reason I was kind of like, oh, I think these are just different pieces or pieces I didn't see. You can kind of see what they look like on the back here because those mud guards are used on the rear wheel there, so you can see that a little bit. And for this submarine build, they're used for like the arm type pieces there. So they're an interesting piece. And as far as I can tell, that piece hasn't been used since 2017 or so. So it looks something like this. It is kind of a nice piece. It was used for quite some time. I mean, I think the earliest I saw for use of this, we're looking at maybe 2006 we used it. A couple times, 2006, 2007. Oh, there was one in 2005. So, it's a piece that was around for a while. I do not believe it is still in production. So it doesn't appear to me like they haven't used this piece in any set since 2017. So it's been a good while. And so I thought that was interesting to see here just because I don't see it too often. And it was used in several of these Dimensions sets. It was used in the Knight Rider with Kit and Michael Knight. It was used in the Lego Movie Bad Cop and Police Car. It was used in other Dimensions sets, just lots of different stuff, but it's been a little while. So it was also in the Midway Arcade one, which is a Dimension set. So interesting to see that. Overall, I think the dimensions of this are really quite good. There's very minimal like gapping, if any, like where the kind of mudguard or the fenders are attached are really nice. We still have clearance to spin the wheels. Again, super, super compact, but looks really sleek and really nice. I believe when maybe attaching the figure to this, I believe the intent is that you might take off the legs and kind of stud them down on there. That appears to me to be what is happening here, unless that is just supposed to be, like an image from the game of them piloting it. But in this case, you can also kind of do that on your own here. And then, the alternate builds, the IMF tank, which is a little bit different, a little taller, maybe a little shorter, just a different looking thing. And then kind of a submarine there too. That one's actually maybe the most interesting to me because it's pretty different from the other ones. So cool to see that. Again, those instructions can be found, out there on the internet. Like I said, Rebrickable, probably Bricklink, probably Brickset, and maybe Brick Owl and all the other brick type sets there, where you might find instructions and alternate builds and everything. So that is everything that's in this Lego Dimensions level pack. I don't have one of the play pads. I don't have the Dimensions game, so I don't know anything about like what the level is like that comes here. I know that like Amiibo or Disney Infinity or Skylanders, like this is how you might get access to extra levels, different vehicles. I think the vehicles can be used with whatever character you want, and then you also can get different playable characters. I think like the base version of it, like the base version of Dimensions was like Wild Style from the Lego Movie, and maybe Batman, and maybe Gandalf or something. And then they had, like I've already shown in the back of this and sort of talked about, they had all these other properties that came into the Lego Dimensions line. And I think that's really great. I don't know how the game was or if people still play or whatever. But as far as sets go, I think these are really quite good. I don't know, like I was saying with all these other figures, like there's just figures and kind of builds and different things that I don't know if Lego would ever do. I don't know what like a Mission Impossible set would be like if they had like a whole Mission Impossible theme. Obviously, we've seen like Ghostbusters type sets at various points, and there are like other characters like the Ninjago, the Chima, stuff like that. But like A-Team, I don't think they ever really did, and just some of this stuff is kind of out there a little bit. Gremlins, I would love to see Lego like do stuff like that, or maybe they would bring them back in ideas or something if there was a good enough submission. But these just seem very interesting to me, like another time capsule of Lego here, where you can get some interesting minifigures and some cool little builds and little kind of display stands for them as well. So these are like playable things and also kind of displayable. They would sit really nice on a shelf or something like that. So I thought this was a really interesting idea, and I was happy I was able to look at this. I'll show the extra pieces. You do get the T-bar, and then 3 of these rounded plates, one with the hollow stud, the clear, and the white. Those are all the extra pieces. And this set is 76 pieces, one minifigure, and I paid $15 for it. It retailed for $30 back when it was retailing, and I guess part of the deal is you're paying for not just the Lego pieces that are inside there, you're paying for, the electronics or the circuitry that is in these stand pieces, and you're also paying for access to like what these accompany in terms of the video game. So you're getting kind of DLC or sort of an expansion pack. So the price is a little bit weird, like $30 for just this Lego, not a great deal. But if you're getting this Lego and getting these characters digitally and then getting like more content for a game, then it sort of makes sense. Or maybe it's still overpriced, but like it makes more sense. And because I'm looking at this as just a Lego set without any real knowledge of what the level in the game is or how big it is or how much playtime that might add, this isn't $30 worth of stuff. $15, look, like $5 for this, $5 for this, $5 for this. That's not unheard of to me. These are probably a little bit smaller than poly bags generally, although not too far off. I think they're on the smaller side, but not outrageous. The fact that these are 3-in-1 is pretty cool, and it could easily increase the sort of value because the hands-on nature of like taking these apart, building an alternate build, putting it back together, taking it apart, building an alternate build and stuff like that. So there definitely is value there. And then, yeah, because of the special pieces for the bases, those were probably, more expensive to produce than the average Lego piece, or certainly one of these 1x1s. And so I could be convinced that this is like amounts to about a poly bag. And then in that way, if it's $5 for each of these things, I think this makes a lot of sense. I don't know if this figure is particularly valuable. It seems like the cheapest one in the US is maybe $9 for just the figure, $10 up to $12, some different ones. But, it seems like the Ethan Hunt figure on its own might go for $9-10. These little playable discs might go for a couple dollars a piece, and so like there's definitely value here. I feel like I got a good price for this. It was sealed, it was brand new, the bags were still sealed, and I'm happy with it. I got it for half of retail price, and almost 10 years post retirement, so that's pretty unique to me. And I'd be interested in looking at some other Dimension stuff just to see some of those odd characters and off themes and weird stuff like that. So I enjoyed enjoyed this, and I hope you did too. So great, I like it. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up and give it a like. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button down below so you can stay up to date on all the LEGO videos I'll be doing here in the future, including maybe more LEGO Dimensions. I would do more LEGO Mission Impossible if there was some, but I don't believe there is. And tons of other LEGO sets from all different themes, all different shapes, size, price point, piece count, tons of different stuff. So subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming LEGO videos. Subscriptions help me a lot, mean a lot to me. So if you're not subscribed, maybe consider subscribing. The vast majority of people that watch any given video are not subscribed, but you know, that depends. Like on a video that maybe gets 700 views versus a video that gets like 30 views on my channel. Out of the 30 views, most of those are probably subscribers, but for some of the ones where I get occasionally like more people seeing my videos, a lot of those are unsubscribed. So if you're not subscribed, maybe consider doing it. It means a lot to me, helps me very much. Thank you, and I appreciate it. And then if you wanted to support the channel in a different way, you could give money to the channel. There's ways on YouTube with membership, supers, and thanks. There's a Patreon in the video description. There's a buy me a coffee link. There's some affiliate links there. There probably won't be one to buy this, but I'll check. But the affiliate links, you can, you know, click on one of those before you shop for something you want for yourself at no additional cost to you. I might get some, you know, fraction of a thing. And I think there's some promotional stuff where I might get like 3%, which is like way more than I thought I would. So maybe check those affiliate links out. It's another small way to show support and directly support the channel. So thank you very much. And with all that said, until next time, thanks. Bye.